is Rachel and Rebecca checking in. So I quit my job last week.
Wait, I thought we ghosted him. I'm starving.
Wait, what are you wearing?
Age is just a number. No, we can do anything.
This week, we just had you guys fill out a Sister Hotline. Just general stuff, general questions. Basically, tell us anything. So we're super stoked to get into them. We have some good ones.
How do you prefer you and others get asked on a date? DM, text, call?
Like, if you just DM me and ask me out, that's fine. But if you have my number, I expect a text from you. First date, I want to text. If I get a phone call from someone I don't know super well, it kind of stresses me out. Like, I'm not going to answer.
No, you're never going to answer that one.
But, so yeah, I'm fine with a text for a first date. And then after that, like, a text or a phone call is fine. Either way.
I feel like there is a hierarchy. So, like, dating apps, lowest tier. If they can find you on Instagram, so much better.
Yeah.
Dating apps, DM. And then, text and call is interchangeable. I had a guy call me this week out of the blue, and I just, couldn't. I couldn't pick up.
I can't answer.
I can't answer.
Like, we don't have a phone call relationship.
No. I don't know you well enough. And I would like to say that, I would want to call.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Yeah, in my heart of hearts, if I'm being so honest, it's particularly for a first date, I don't want a phone call.
Yeah.
Second and third, we can start moving into phone call territory.
No, I do like second and third phone calls.
Yes, I think that's fun. I think that's okay, we're going somewhere. First date, though, I think actually I would prefer a text over a phone call.
I hate that it's so digital of me.
I know it's so digital, but again, if they called me, I would probably ignore it, mentally prepare, call them back 10 minutes later. Or I want them to phone call, they're going to leave me a voicemail saying they're planning to ask me out. I just don't, there's so much unknown with a phone call.
No.
Just can't.
Especially if I don't like them. Or if I'm not sure if I like them or not. The phone call's really jarring because that means they can nail me down. That's really what it is for me.
It comes back to the commitment issues every time.
No, it comes back to commitment issues.
You have to commit quickly on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's so true. And I wouldn't overthink it because, if someone likes you, it doesn't really matter.
No.
The way in which you ask them out really isn't going to make or break unless it's via Snapchat. Because if it's via Snapchat, that's a disaster.
Well, I think one thing that men do incorrectly here is they prolong the conversation way too long. If you just like them, if you're a guy... If a guy likes a girl, he should just ask her out straight. There's no need for some chitter chatter, some banter, or what. I guess banter's fine, but I've had guys say weird things to girls, and that means they don't get the first date because they just really messed it up even before.
Yeah. Well, my thing is we don't need to talk for 3 days before you ask me out. They're oh, let's chat for a little bit, then I'll ask you out. I'm no. If you're here to ask me out, let's chat for 3-4 messages and then just ask me out and let's get the show on the road.
Totally.
Because also, how much banter can you really have with someone before you've gone on a date or met in person?
Some people love a week-long banter, or some guys are I feel I want to have a phone call with her before we go on a date.
I know, it's I want to get to know you before. I'm no, that's the point of the date is to get to know each other and to figure out if we're compatible. I also think people think that dates are too high stakes, where it's I can only go out on a date with you if I know I'm obsessed with you. And it's no. The whole point of the first date is to figure out if you know them. So you don't need to pre-date the first date to figure out if you like them to go on a date. It's just go on a date. It's pretty low stakes.
Totally.
Most first dates don't go anywhere.
Totally.
So, I don't know. I feel we're freaking out about the dates. But I think you'll be fine. You're going to do great.
Yeah, just ask her out.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Does the size of a man's eggplant emoji matter in a relationship? Should it be a contributing factor when choosing a partner?
I love that the pod is taking us here. We know no bounds in each other's lives. I think short answer is no.
Okay.
I think this actually is an interesting question because I think it can go both ways with girls and guys of does size matter?
Well, what do you mean for guys?
A girl, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean?
I think you should just be very clear, boobs and butt, specifically.
Okay. Yeah. Great. I'm glad we had the clarification.
Yes.
Was good.
Well, because it's such a thing for guys. Are you a boobs guy or a butt guy?
Yeah.
And okay, I have a follow-up question. Do you think it's appropriate, for example, if a guy's dating a girl with small boobs, is it appropriate for him to be well, I'm a boobs guy to her? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you can say whatever you want, but I think if you're a guy saying that, you need to be prepared for how that's going to be perceived by the girl. Like, if a guy says that to you, yeah, you're going to make me feel bad about myself.
Yeah.
Like, say whatever you want, but just know, like, you're going to make me feel bad about myself. I will like you less because you said that to me. And we'd be like, oh, so you're, like, socially unaware. The fact that you said that to me.
And it probably makes you, like, probably feel self-conscious.
Yeah, no, I will like them less. I'm like, oh, so you're so unaware of how this
So
works.
he shouldn't say that, basically.
No, if he likes you,
yeah, I agree
that's
with
so
you.
weird. That's gross. Yeah, no, I don't think in isolation, obviously we have like their extremes, but I think in isolation, no, I don't think that that's the determining factor. I think it like overall chemistry. Yeah. I think we've taken overall chemistry and placed it onto like one factor.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, probably you just don't have chemistry. So no, I don't think it matters. Personally, no.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably person dependent, but I think if this is the question that you're asking, to your point, like there's just like a bigger issue in that like you're just like not attracted to him enough.
Yeah, you're just like not feeling it. And there's so many things that go into chemistry.
Yeah, totally.
That I don't think it's like one thing that ruins it.
Yeah, I don't think this is like the make or break moment for this. So yeah, it's probably one of the lowerest things on like the things of importance.
Yeah.
But I think you'd probably just have an issue where like you're probably just not attracted to him.
Yeah, like I think like the chemistry is a pie chart, and like different things have like different sizes on the pie chart. Shall we say? Wow, I've said that word too many times, and it's like kind of icking me out.
Maybe sizing doesn't matter. I don't know.
No, but I think it's on the pie chart. But I don't think one item. Like the reality is, there's something wrong with the other parts of the pie. Yeah. That you're just pinning on one thing that you can like nail down.
Totally.
The reality is like you probably just don't have great chemistry. But no, I don't think that that's a determining factor.
Okay.
And I also don't think you should be self-conscious about that. Like you are what you are. Like I shouldn't be self-conscious about like girls shouldn't be self-conscious about their cup size and vice. Like I just don't think you should be self-conscious about that.
If you're a guy.
Yeah, or if you're a girl.
Yeah.
Like I just think that it's like come as you are. Someone is gonna love you for the way that you are.
Come as you are.
Uh-huh.
Okay. But like what if some girls just like don't like short guys? Maybe it's like similar.
I mean maybe.
I don't know. Okay.
I don't know.
Anyways, next. I just found out my boyfriend is on steroids. We haven't been dating that long and he wasn't hiding it from me, and he told me nonchalantly. He does have a great body, but for some reason it kind of makes me feel weird. Is this a deal breaker?
I get feeling weird about this. Because it's like, wait, what? Like
what are you putting
you're
in your
doing
body?
that? And I was thinking about this today. It's so interesting that there are some cosmetic procedures that for men were like, oh, those are fine. Yeah. And some that were like, that icks me out a little bit.
Yeah.
Because, for example, like if a guy got a hair transplant, I'm like, pop off. Like if a guy's on Rogaine for hair loss, I'm like, amazing. Let's take care of the follicles.
Giggle.
But it's not like, I'm like, oh, cute. I'm like, totally get it. Like if I were a guy, I don't want to go bald.
Yeah, true.
So it's like, I get them like getting a hair transplant or like guys who get their teeth done. That really doesn't give me the ick, but then there's certain things that guys do, like if they're kind of like really into getting Botox, that's a little bit more like for me.
Yeah, that's icky. That's not even That's
right?
like what's weird. I feel like there's like a point where it's like sometimes it's weird that guys care more about their appearance than girls. Like some of them.
Yes, no, they totally do. Well, I'm just saying it's so interesting because there's certain ones that I'm like, oh yeah, totally, and some that I'm like, But also because like if you look at the cover of GQ magazine, the guys all have wrinkles. Like it's cool for guys to have wrinkles. It makes them look old and sophisticated and wise. Right? Like they're all like furrowing their brow and like they have lines on their face. Whereas it feels a little bit more feminine because like girls are obsessed with like the smooth, like Vogue is smooth and glossy. So I think that's part of what makes it feel like a little bit.
So you're saying, so basically what you're saying is steroids don't fit into that bucket.
No, I was just more saying like in general it's interesting, and now we can get into steroids specifically, but I was just thinking like cosmetic things that men do is like such an interesting discussion just in general.
Well, it's kind of like in the movie The Materialist when he like gets his height heightened.
Uh-huh.
Like I don't even realize that was like a surgery, but it's interesting what we normalize.
Yeah.
Because boobs. I mean, not boobs. My gosh, women get boob jobs.
Yes,
and it's just like pop off, queen.
Yeah. No, literally.
And so it's
like such the norm.
It's such the norm.
Like getting Botox and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I just think it's interesting. The steroids are a little bit like in a gray area because there's this like health effect lingering in the background.
Are steroids illegal? I'm like confused if they are or not.
So unclear because I know like for sports it's against sports federation
doping,
whatever. Yeah. But I don't understand if they're illegal because it feels very much like, oh, you're buying it from the sketchy guy in the gym bathroom in the locker room.
Totally.
But I don't know like the legality. Like, are they controlled substances? Because peptides these days is the Wild West. Is it kind of like peptides where it's just like take whatever, buy it from some guy who's compounding it for you?
Well, I feel like you have to get like SARMs on the black market or something.
Yeah, except
I don't know.
Then there's that
I'm
one
gonna ask right now.
Then there's that one store though. Like I went to a commercial gym where they were just selling SARMs in the front office.
I know. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, and I just saw a lot of people buying SARMs all the time. So it remained unclear. I didn't understand like the legality issue of it, but it does feel very much like he has to seek out steroids. At least he's jacked. There's nothing, honestly, it's unattractive when a guy is jacked or like is taking steroids and is not in shape at all.
Oh yeah, and they're just like kind of fluffy.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing on these steroids?
I know. Well,
You're like not.
Store, there was a guy who had just gotten SARMs from like one of the gym owners, and the guy is like complaining to him.
Yes.
He's like I'm not getting. I don't want to get not getting the results that I want.
He's like, I need to up my dose.
Yeah, and the guy's like, dude, you have to like work out and still like eat protein.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
In the US and many other countries, anabolic steroids are illegal to possess, use, or distribute without a valid medical prescription from a licensed healthcare provider, excuse me. I feel like...
So you just kind of have to find a doctor that's willing to give it to you.
I feel like everyone... Hold on.
But like, where would I know where to get peptides. It's online.
Illegal?
But I don't know if SARMs are illegal because I don't know if SARMs are like technically...
Okay, are you ready? SARMs are not approved by the FDA and aren't considered illegal to market or sell as dietary supplements or drugs. While they are often sold online, labeled as research chemicals and not for human consumption to bypass regulations, they're used for bodybuilding or performance enhancement is unregulated and dangerous.
Okay, so basically, if you're buying SARMs, it's like how they sell raw milk and it says on it not for human consumption and people are just drinking it anyways.
Exactly, yeah.
It's all about how you market it. Okay, that's fascinating.
So technically, like, I think that's what's tricky is...
It's a very gray area.
Is, like, they're kind of illegal.
Yeah.
That's what's kind of, like, fun about it. In, like,
yeah,
they're illegal. Mm-hmm. Whereas, like, I feel like peptides are, like, totally the Wild West.
Yeah.
And that's a really interesting discussion to have, too. But... Like on like the scale, I feel like peptides are here in terms of like, is this good for me? Mm-hmm. And then steroids are like, no, these are the things that are an issue.
Yeah, anabolic steroids feels very much you are doing this just to get jacked. Peptides, there's kind of this weird like health underlying thing of like wellness, and I think it's just because they've been like co-signed by Andrew Huberman and a lot of those people.
No, seriously.
But anabolic steroids feel very sketchy to me. I wouldn't love if they were on anabolic steroids. I honestly would be like, okay, well, just go get on a peptide.
I think the first question you need to ask yourself is like, why are you on this?
Yeah, but what if he's like, I just wanted to get jacked?
No, and then my next thing is like, probably it's like he wants to get jacked.
Yeah.
And then the next question is like, well, why do you want to get jacked? Like, because what's hard is with steroids is it feels like you're cheating a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
And so... that's just kind of icky. So I get.
But okay,
wait.
Let's keep going on this question thing you have to ask him, because it's like, well, I want to get jacked. And then you're like, why do you want to get jacked? But why does anyone want to get jacked?
Yeah, just to look good.
Yeah, like he wants to look good. I mean, it's like, why do you go to the gym every day and eat healthy? Like, obviously you feel better, but also there's like an aesthetics component.
Yeah, but the steroids, like I have friends who have done steroids and SARM specifically, and they don't feel better on them.
No, I'm not saying that they feel better. I'm just saying everyone works out like to get jacked, and so it's just like a next level of everyone's desire to look a certain way.
Okay, that's fair. No, that's fair.
So I'm just saying it's interesting. Like, what answer would he give that would make you feel I'm okay with this versus feel I'm not okay with this?
Honestly, if he told me that he was like trying to break Lance Armstrong's record, I'm like, okay.
So for you, it's like performance based. He needs to have a performance goal versus a physical goal.
Yeah, he needs to like I don't know. We going to the Olympics or something. In my mind.
Well, what if he's on like bodybuilding steroids versus like blood doping? I'm doing a sport.
I don't know. It's just such a gray area. Probably it's not a deal breaker, but I think you just need to like learn more.
I think it's one of those things where I wouldn't love it. I wouldn't be stoked about it, and I would be a little bit like, okay, are you sure about this? And I think I'd also, I would want to know their thought process of like, how much have you thought about this? Have you understood the ramifications and the potential side effects for like fertility and other health markers? Because it would make me feel uneasy if he just made that decision so flippantly, without thinking ramifications just as far as like decision making abilities and capabilities go.
If you're worried about the eggplant size, this has got to be tough for you.
These do not align. I actually don't know what the impact is there, but
isn't that one of them? Like, I've heard roid rage is real.
I didn't know. Like, I have heard so many different things. It's so like confusing to me.
It probably depends on the person.
No, I've heard it's real.
Well, what if he's on like
I believe
peptides?
If he's on peptides, here's my thing. Again, it's what people are doing, because I know so many guys that are on peptides that for me, I'm like, oh, so you're just another. You watch Brian Johnson.
Yeah.
You watch Brian Johnson and Andrew Huberman, and they're telling everyone to get on peptides, and so you're on a peptide. But I think it depends also for me, like, what peptide are you on? What's the purpose of your peptide?
What are your approved peptides versus unapproved peptides?
Well, like, everyone's on, like, tesamorelin.
I know. I tried that, actually, for, like, a month.
How did it go?
I didn't notice anything. And, like, it was so painful to shoot myself.
That does not look fun.
And you have to do it every day. It was
every day. I thought it was weekly.
No, it's like 5 days on, 2 days off.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that's the best dosing for that kind of stuff.
Wow, that's intense.
Yeah, I didn't notice a thing.
Yeah, no, peptides are like a little bit of a different category for me. I don't know why. They feel a little bit more medical and less like gym bathroom-y.
I don't think they're like... I think the research behind them is like the negative side effects are minimal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's more research. I don't know. It's honestly probably the way that they're just marketed is different. But yeah, they feel like your body naturally produces them. I don't know. But peptides are like fascinating. But they are like also unresearched.
Yeah.
So that's what my fear, like with all of Davis's friends on them. And like, he's like, people are like, oh, you should get on a peptide. And I'm like, look, we don't really know what this is going to do. We kind of know, but I don't think there are a lot of long-term studies.
Are you letting Davis get on peptides?
Here's the thing. He doesn't really want to get on a peptide. Like, I told him, I was like, look, if you come to me and you're like, hey, I really want to get on a peptide, I'm like, great, let's, like, figure that out. But, so he hasn't really wanted to get on one. So with him, like, not really wanting to, I'm a little bit hesitant, where I'm like, why would you put something into your body that, like, we're not 100% sure about if you don't, like, really want to?
Yeah.
And then also I'm like, I almost need like a precursor of you got to be like exercising, eating healthy, and then you can talk about adding a peptide when you're like, hey, I've been doing all these things and I want to add a layer versus peptide first, and I'll do all the other stuff.
Yeah, I think that's my hardest part with like the GLP-1 stuff going around is it does feel like it's like a workaround for like these solid, like known facts that are like like supposed to really help you. Like movement, like really, really good.
Yeah.
I think there are a lot of really good use cases for them.
For sure.
I think it is being like overused for sure though.
Yeah. Well, and I think also like Davis is an easy example where it's like, hey, you're under 30, you're healthy, you have no need for it.
Yeah.
Like obviously any medical cases or people who have like tried a lot of different things.
Totally.
Whatever. They're like use cases for everything, but it's like, okay. I was like, try all the like the proven steps. Like let's put in the work, and then if you want to add that on to your whatever and kind of supercharge things, I think that's like an interesting discussion to have then versus starting right off the bat with that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's so interesting.
It's really interesting.
No tea, no shade on anyone that's on a peptide of any kind.
Oh no, I've done it.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Number 3. Okay, is this number 3?
Yeah, I think so. It's number 4.
I've been going on dates with this guy, and it's not super serious right now. But we're getting to the point where I have to decide whether I want to date him or not. I know he's probably not my husband, but I like him enough that I would date him for fun. I don't have anyone else on my roster, so it's not like I have a ton of options, and dating sounds fun. But I also know it's probably not a forever thing, so I'm just not sure.
If you're in high school, go for it. Have fun.
I don't know how many of our listeners are in high school.
I know.
But no, I think that's the appropriate response.
I don't think they're in high school.
I even think early parts of college is kind of fine.
Yeah, when it's like very...
I feel like I did this in college.
Yeah, no, I did this in college. I wouldn't say, though, it's actually a great thing to do.
No, it's
like, I would actually say, in general, what's hard is... It's tough when you have to realize if the other person really likes you and you don't really like them.
Yeah.
You are setting them up for heartbreak. Yeah. Which is kind of sad. If you know you're going to break their heart eventually, then one, you're just getting everyone more deeply emotionally involved to then end it and hurt everyone.
Yeah.
Or there are people who date this person, get married, they get in deep, and then all of a, like 5 years later, you're married to this person because you were like, well, I was bored, and then all of a sudden, we have 3 kids.
Yeah, and you get emotionally attached.
So that's why I say be very wary. I'm kind of anti just like I think you can date and like, but getting serious, I don't think you get serious with someone that you know has character traits that your husband wouldn't have. You can't, here's my thing, you choose who you date, you can't choose who you fall in love with. So why would you choose to date someone who you really don't want to fall in love with and has character traits that you don't see as being your husband? I just think,
yeah. Wait, can you say that again? You choose who you fall in.
No, you can choose who you date. You cannot choose who you fall in love with.
Okay.
Like you will just like I think it's the whole thing of the people you spend the most time with. You eventually start liking them more and more. So you can form emotional attachments. And so I think if somebody has qualities that you don't want your husband to have, or doesn't have qualities that you need your husband to have, I would just say getting in deeper, I just don't think is the best course of action. I just say be very aware. There are obviously like cases and situations where like a casual dating is fine, especially when you're young. But once you start getting like into your 20s, I just don't think it's a good idea.
Well, it's just like a complete waste of your time.
Yes.
That's the bottom line. And the part where it's just like, you don't have anyone else on your roster, I think that's like so normal.
It's so relatable.
But it's, and like, because here's what's hard too, is like when you start kind of hanging out with someone, the other options kind of like wither away. You only have so much time. Like I can barely carve out time for like a weeknight date.
Totally.
Like, I am like, even then I'm like, whoa, let's just like literally wait till Friday or Saturday.
I know.
Anyways, and so, like, of course you're not going to have a roster. Yeah. Like, you've just been hanging out with them for a month and a half.
And it's so much more fun to go on date number 10 with someone you kind of like than date number 1 with someone. Like, that's not fun.
Yeah, this is a terrible thing to do.
Yeah, it's hard. We all have been there.
We all
have been at this crossroads of like, I like you enough to date you, but I don't think long-term we're the best match. And, you know, we've all been at this crossroads.
And your point about that being just, like, so mismatched, I think is, like, such a key thing here. Because, like, if it's, like, one of those things where it's, like, I'm, like, I really am dating just for fun, and, like, they're also at that point, then, like, I think it's a little bit easier. But then again, I feel like you can say that to guys, and guys are like, yeah, I'm just dating for fun, too. Like, they'll do whatever, kind of, which is whatever,
just great. To keep you in their life.
Totally. But, that's not even clearly the case here. Yeah. Like, he, like, just wants to date you. Which, like, good on him.
No, it's awesome for him. I love a man that wants to progress.
Yeah, this isn't, like... You just can't. You just can't. Yeah, like you cannot do this, actually. No, I'm taking a stand. Yes. No, you can't date this guy.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, this is a situation to be very wary. If you both are fine casually dating and never becoming exclusive... Fine, keep seeing him, but I actually wouldn't. Like, I just don't think... Once you get emotionally deep with someone, you cut yourself off from other people, and that's something that you don't want to admit, but just to your point, you do.
If you're under 21, it's fine. Over 21, you can't do this.
Stop.
Like, literally just go find someone else that, like, you like, want to be your husband.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Easier said than done.
Yeah.
But you're not finding your husband any sooner by doing this.
Yeah. Okay. Last one.
Yeah.
You guys, I love your takes and want yours on this. Thank you. Okay. I've been hanging out with this guy for a little over a month, and he wants to date me. Like, date me. He's awesome and definitely a little bit more into it than I am. When we met, I initially didn't think much of him, but it's been a slow build, which is unusual for me. Usually I know right off the bat. Anyway, sometimes I don't know if he's cute enough, but sometimes I think he is. And I do kind of like him, but I'm not sure if I want to close off all my options.
This is interesting.
This is a good
so,
one.
like, should you date him or not, basically?
Yeah, she's basically saying, like, he basically is like, hey, I would like to date you.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know if we should date because I don't, like, I kind of like you, but like I'm not kind of obsessed with you. And it sounds like she doesn't want to close off all our options.
And she said they're like a month in?
Month and a half.
Okay, month and a half.
Month and a half. Yeah. A little over a month.
Okay, a little over a month. Okay. Not very long. Because this is where I would say, I think she can... I don't think you date him yet. If you're not ready to commit, don't overcommit or like pretend to feelings that you don't actually have.
Yeah.
I think that's important and respectful. But also, I think only a month in, you can push it another month. Like, I think if he tries to DTR with you, you should say, I'm not ready for that step, but I would like to keep dating you.
Not ready for a label yet.
I'm not ready for labels. But a month in, if he's trying to do that, I think you're totally within your bounds to say, hey, I'm not ready. Like, that is pretty quick.
Yeah.
But I think you can, so I think you can push it to 2 months and to figure it out. But my point is, I think I have two conflicting pieces of advice that I want to give.
Okay.
And I think the person listening to this, one of them will resonate with you. And I think you need to listen to the one. The first one is filter faster. And that is, trust your gut. You already know what you need to know. You're not going to know anything more in a month. Like, trust your gut knows. And you just need to either, like, cut bait and move on now, or you need to, like, go into it. Like, you know. And I think some people, when you say that to them, that's going to resonate with them and be like, oh, yeah, you're totally right. I do know I need to get out of this.
Yeah.
Number 2, my second piece of advice is more nuanced. But it also may resonate with you. If you are fully not sure and you're like, okay, this could go somewhere.
Yeah.
Then I think you need to date them for another month to be 100% confident in your decision.
Yeah.
I.e., take a month and say, okay, like, are my feelings going to grow for this guy? Are they not going to grow? Take a month, flush it out. And then at the end of the month, after, you have to be actively collecting data. It's so easy to just like flit around for another month, but you have to actively be collecting data for 1 more month. And then at the end of month 2, say, okay, with this extra information, do I like him more, the same, or less? And if it's not at least a little bit more, that's your answer.
What if it's like a little bit more?
Well, if it's a little bit more, then I think, is it enough that you would want to see him again? Or is it not enough? That's for like you to decide because only you can decide if it's enough or not. Well, I can't tell you, yes, you like him enough more.
Here's what's tricky is like
Enough,
your advice is like kind of conflicting.
No, it's absolutely conflicting.
So, because I feel like in this scenario, what's tricky is it's like the physical attraction piece, it kind of feels like.
Yeah.
And, or maybe it's just chemistry, whatever. I guess she did say physical attraction.
Yeah.
And so, like, does that, like what other data do you need to collect for that piece? Because it sounds like it's like I don't know.
Yeah, well, my advice is absolutely opposite of each other. And the point is, is that you are a discerning enough human being listening to this podcast that when you heard one of them resonated with you.
Okay, gotcha.
Like one of them, you were like,
oh,
yeah, I
should
know.
do that.
Or one of them, you were like, yeah, no, I need more information. The information I think you're collecting is if all of your other connections, he becomes cute enough.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you're on the edge of attraction, like it's either your emotional connection makes up for it or you kind of grow an attraction to them or not. Or you, right? Like you do or you don't. And so I think you're just collecting if at the end of the month you're like, oh no, like our connection emotionally is there such that the physical is following.
I just have a hard time with this one. I
Tell
feel
me
like
more.
she kind of already knows.
Okay.
Like if you're not ready to date someone after like a month and a half, like what other data points are you going to collect to like push you over the edge?
Then it's option 1. Then it's like, okay, you already know. Okay. Then leave. But if you feel really unconfident, then it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think like you'll know.
Well, what if after like another month and a half, she's like, yeah, I still like him, but like I just still don't know if he's cute enough.
Well, that's when
like she's like
advice number 1 supersedes when it's like, okay, it's been long enough. You've collected all the data you need to collect at this point.
He's like, just make a decision.
No, literally at that point, it's like, look, it's 3 months in. Especially when it comes to attraction, like at that point, it's gonna be where it is.
So you feel like 3 months is like that marker of physical attraction?
Yeah, I mean, 3 months, it's like arbitrary. You could argue it's 4, you could argue it's 2.5, like whatever. But I think you should like becoming confident at that point. For sure. especially on something like attraction. Like you should know at that point if you have a base level connection.
Yeah.
Because after 3 months, that's when it gets to like real relationship. Like, okay, let me figure out all your flaws and your problems.
Yeah.
But month 3 is just like building, like I feel a base level connection to the person. Those are my thoughts.
Yeah. Ew, this one is such a sticky one.
But is
Like,
it sticky,
here's
though?
my thing is like, have you really, honestly, like, you've been dating someone for a month and a half and you're like, I don't know if I really, like, if they're enough. Like, that does, like, has it ever actually grown for you?
Here's what I would say. I have never made it that far with someone I'm unsure about.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So,
like,
I just feel like after a month and a half, like, what other data is there? Like, there's no more data to collect. I mean, like, okay, yeah, maybe a month and a half might be a little bit like short.
Yeah, but like
even then, you think you kind of know
to decide if you're attracted to them. Yeah, I think it's tough.
That's what I'm saying.
But like, if I'm just saying, if she's feeling like really so unsure, like if she like really wants it to go somewhere, I'm like, okay, give yourself some time, such that you won't regret breaking up with him.
No, that's true. That's true.
Because then what's hard is sometimes. I see this so many times with people where they like date them for a month, they decide they're not attracted to them, and then a year later they re-up with the same person and you get into the cycle. So I'm like, okay, give yourself 2 more weeks to be so more certain about it, to be like so certain. And like there's always going to be a level of uncertainty, but you'll be like, you know what, like I'm just not attracted to you. I really put my all into this, and I just don't like you. Like I'm just like the attraction just isn't there, and and then when you break up, you're not circling back. I'm just trying to prevent a circling back.
No, that I think that's accurate.
Yeah,
like you really should see it through all the way.
Like if you really wanted to,
if you want it to be him.
Yeah, if you want it to be. If you don't want it to be him, cut bait now. There's no need. But I mean, I don't know if I've gone on a 3rd date with someone that I'm not attracted to.
I think I have.
And that's big of you.
And I have.
That's big of you.
And I have. And I think a lot of people have. I think a lot of people are like kind of in this like,
I mean, I got married at 19, and so there's like when you get married at 19, like you still have like, I have another date on Thursday, and not to be rude, I don't mean this to come off in a bad way, but I'm as sure as you get older, when guys have really good other qualities, you want things a little bit more.
Yeah, true.
Because you're like, okay, I'm not super impressed with the dating pool, such that if you have all of these good qualities, I really want this to go somewhere. Whereas I honestly didn't get to the phase of dating of like needing to push things forward. Like, to be so frank, look, I'm just trying to be real here. Would you disagree?
You are missing out.
Would you
are missing out on wanting guys you don't actually want. And wanting things to work out with people that like you're like, if he leaves me tomorrow, it's actually fine. Because it's a thrilling ride.
But look, I'm just trying to point out my own blind spots.
No, it's true.
Because would you disagree that is a change? Because would you say that is like a fair transition that happens as you get older?
No, for sure. Especially because like as you get older too, you like mature a little bit, so things are more important than they were when you were like 20.
Yeah.
Like when you're 20, you're like, oh, I just want someone that I like hot and I'm in love with.
For sure.
And then like beyond that, it's like, okay, wait, actually like qualities are important. And
for sure.
Also, you're like in a point where like the guy, if you're like a guy at 23, like they don't really know who they are. But when like you're in their 30s, it's like pretty clear what life trajectory looks like with them. It like you can get a really good read on like what are they like when they're by themselves, and like they've created a life. So like what does that life actually look like? Yeah, it's also harder to like mold into that though. I feel like too.
That's so true. Because I was gonna say when you're young, you like get into a relationship with trajectory, and when you're older, you kind of start seeing the realized trajectory. Where you're like, okay, this is your job, not like what job you want, but it's like, okay, this is your job. What have you done up to this point? Yeah. So but it's interesting because there are pros and cons, because then I don't know if it's like a con, but they're just
I think there is pros and cons.
But just like it's interesting because when you're younger, to your point, it's easier to meld your lives, and then when you're older, some people get so stuck and it's harder to meld your life. Even I'm thinking about when you're older, getting more particular. When we went to visit our grandparents this last weekend, and we were just staying for a night, and all of a sudden to stay for one single night, it was like I want my whole house with me.
No, yeah, I know.
And I'm like, when I was 18, it was like, I'm like, bring a toothbrush and I'll sleep in whatever, and like, we'll be fine. And now I need my pajamas. I have my day outfit, my midday outfit. Like I want all my things.
I know.
I need my face wash. Anyways, and so I just think it's interesting, even as I get older, I have certain comforts that I like.
No, it's
you just get more particular as you get older, I feel like.
Okay, I have actually a question for you.
Yeah.
So yesterday I was in an Uber, and you get chatty Uber drivers, you get silent ones. I got a really chatty one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he was telling me his life story. He's in Utah. So the reason why he's in Utah, he was a music manager.
Interesting.
And he meets a bar in Brooklyn. Meets a girl at a bar in Brooklyn. 3 months later, she's pregnant. Oh. They're like kind of dating. While she's pregnant, he breaks up with her.
Whoa.
She has family in Utah, moves back to Utah. He has been in Utah. Like, he moved back with her for the baby. He has been in Utah for 10 years and hates it. And he's basically like, listen, I've got like 8 more. He's like, and then I'm going to move.
Oh my gosh.
What do you like? And like, it was really interesting because I was like, wow, that's like really amazing. You're like putting your daughter first. And he was like, listen, I think it's like the least that I could do for her. But basically, his life has been put on pause. Like, he's literally like an Uber driver right now. And like, he's like clearly like a musical. Yeah,
there's no music scene here.
Yeah, he's in the entertainment industry. Like, he was living in LA and then New York.
Yeah, like this is coming to Utah is your worst nightmare. It's not even like Tennessee.
Exactly.
Like, if I'm him, Salt Lake City is the worst city that you could have told me that we're moving back to.
Yeah, exactly.
I give him mad respect for moving here for his kid because, again, that is brutal. That's brutal. I feel so bad for him. I give him so much respect for moving for his kid.
Yeah.
But I don't know what else you do. It's like, if you want to be a present figure in your kid's life, and the mom is like, hey, we're here, and we're like, she can't go anywhere else. I'm assuming, is it a daughter?
It's a daughter, yeah.
Okay, yeah. She can't go anywhere else. Then you have to be in Utah if you want to be present. Otherwise, I mean, there are people who do switch off summers and they make it work and they figure it out. Totally. But if you want to be, I see my kid once a week, I see them all frequently, then you have to be close.
I thought it was just so interesting because it's hard because you're a person, you have a life, all of a sudden you make a life and then you're kind of in charge of that. And so it's just one of those things where it's just hard because he like kind of lost his life basically.
No.
And for 18 years, he's just like,
which is not an insignificant amount of time.
Which honestly, good on him.
No, good on him.
It was interesting though because he was talking about like living in Salt Lake. He doesn't like it. He was like, and honestly, like dating's been so hard. He was like, basically after that experience, he was like, I don't want to date for a while.
Oh yeah.
And then to your point, he was just like, honestly, like I'm so set in my ways. And then he was like, one time my friend was going to a bar. She was like, hey, I'll pick you up. So he's like, okay, great. She goes to pick him up. They have a couple drinks. She goes to take him home, and then she gets pulled over. Like, and it's like half a mile from the house. So she blows. I think the legal limit's like 0.5, 0.05. Not
it's
sure which
0.08.
0.08. There you go. She blows to 0.05.
Oh, okay.
So she's like fine.
Yeah.
But the policeman was like, hey, like, just like park your car here. Like, I'm just gonna like not have you drive right now the rest of the night, just so like you're good.
Yeah.
And so he was like, hey, like, to his like friend who's a girl, he's like, hey, like come over, just like stay the night at my house. It's no big deal. And he was like, I was so annoyed with her being in my house. He was like, she was like eating my food, and then I have a king bed, and she was like, hey, can I sleep in the king bed? And he was like,
no, this is my sanctuary.
He let her, but he was like, we haven't hung out since. Like, they're just friends. But it's like as you get older, you just kind of get like, I don't know.
Yeah, like you just have your things that you like, wow, that is so brutal. I just need people to not have, we live in an era where if you don't want to have a child, like prevention, I'm like, let's just not be, I'm like, you gotta be on birth control and using a condom if you are dating someone. Like, no. The complications that arise when children are present are like so life altering. Yes. And it's so crazy. And it is so preventable. Like, I'm not getting into any, but like it's just so preventable from the get-go. But sometimes it's not preventable. You know what I mean? Like, and in that case, that's abstinence different. Is the only thing. But like sometimes the condom breaks. I wonder how that came to be. But I mean, I do respect that, but I wonder how they came to be. Like, were they using protection? I know that was obviously not something you could ask your Uber driver. I don't know. You'd imagine that people are. I would imagine that they would be. I always imagine you would expect rational human beings to be doing that. So. But then sometimes people are wiling out, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm like, were we not there? Like, the pull-out method is 60%, okay? Like, let's get these stats right. I mean, abstinence is the only way, truly. But again, if you have sex, you will die. You will get pregnant and you will die. And like honestly, good on him for moving. A lot of guys I think wouldn't have moved and just like expected and just been like, hey, you're especially Salt Lake City.
Well, it's so funny. It's just because it's like you have friends. Like I have friends who like will date guys that are like parents, and it is just such like an interesting dynamic. It's I don't know. It's really interesting. And like some guys, I feel like it's like you almost like the guys more that are like really into their kids.
Yes, absolutely.
Than the ones that are just kind of like, yeah, my relationships with my wife suck, so like I see him once a month. It's like that's like. I don't know. Like, it's nicer to date them, if that makes sense.
They're more available.
They're more available, and they have less ties to their ex-wife. But then also, it's just like, man, like, do you care about being a father, really?
Yeah, well, I'm also like, you have these kids. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Well, I think it would make me concerned because I'm like, I want to have kids with you. Would you just kind of not give up on these kids, but just kind of let these kids go into the ether if, you know.
Things don't work out?
Yeah. No, I think it's way more attractive for them to be obsessed with their kids than... that would be a red flag. Honestly, like that is an active red flag. That's not even just like that's kind of unfortunate. It's like no. Having someone be like marrying someone who's an uninvolved parent is a red flag. Yeah. And if you are an uninvolved parent, we got to figure out a way to get involved. Let's get involved. You can do it. I know there's so many situations, so I don't want to say anything like too strong at anyone, but I just think in general, ideally you have two involved parents.
I think
Man, good on him. Man, that Uber driver.
I know he's a good one.
I love that he just was willing to give you his story.
Yeah, I mean, we just really got right to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to date you.
No. I don't think so.
How old was he?
You know, he was older. He was in his like late 40s. I would say.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, if he has an 11-year-old.
Early 40s. Yeah, 40s.
I mean, he could have been. 40, I mean, easily he's 30. He has like an 11-year-old,
so he goes pregnant when she's like 32.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had been a band manager for some band called like Lawrence.
I've never heard of that, but that's really
died.
Cool. I mean, they didn't have him managing them anymore, so yeah, they just had to drop off the face of the earth.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow, and he's an Uber driver. That's so hard. I'm just like stunned by him, and that's wow. Dating would be so hard, like here, especially coming from New York and LA, which have such robust social scenes.
And I think he's like an artistic type.
Yes.
Like, for sure. So.
Yeah, like just that whole scene isn't even here. Yeah. I mean, maybe in small pockets, but not the same.
It's really here.
Not the same. Some people are like, Salt Lake is New York. I'm like, go to New York for like 2 minutes.
Did people say that?
I don't know. I feel like there's some people who try to make comparisons and not actively, but sometimes they try to make Salt Lake seem bigger than it is.
Yeah.
And it just isn't that big, and it's okay that it isn't.
Totally.
It's fine. It's like not a big deal. But anyways, those were good ones. Those were good submissions.
They were very good submissions.
Those were fun. But anyways, I don't think I have anything else to cover.
Do you have anything else?
No.
That was the only thing.
Anyways, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.